Robbie Peden weighed in at 130, came in at 143, unofficially.
Unless you take a chance, you're not winning this fight. Understand what I'm saying? He's the house fighter. You got to step up and bang. You're not getting back you out of there. Don't make any difference whether he hits you. I'm telling you what is going to happen. You're not winning these rounds because you're making him look effective.
The cover's rising too high.
I don't want you to let down now. Keep going. All confidence. When you throw your hard blows, you'll be sure that it's going to land. Be sure.
Roger Bloodworth said that Peden is making Barrera look effective. I think it's Barrera who's making Barrera look effective.
Exactly. And the notion that Barrera is the house fighter and that makes a big difference is a little bit specious when the fight looks the way that it does. Average per round, copy box numbers. Barrera, 21 out of 53. Peden, 7 out of 44. And I think one thing that Bloodworth was saying to Robbie Peden, Emmanuel Stewart, is that he's got to throw more than 44 punches in a round.
His volume of punches, all his body movement and everything, and facial expression is okay, but volume of punches is down.
Well, I think what he's saying is you got to take risks.
And he don't
and
want to take
Peden is a little bit intimidated about taking risks, maybe because of all those rounds he sparred with Barrera, maybe because he knows it doesn't pay.
Well, it's interesting. We've all heard of the, go ahead, Larry.
You know, but on this night, when they're doing it for real, you've got to take risks.
Robbie Peden said, with regard to the sparring partner mentality, oh no, I never allowed Barrera to pay me to spar with him. I was doing it for my own advanced education, so therefore there's no sparring partner mentality there. Valid?
That's a true point, and that's probably why he sparred so much with Barrera, because he was the right price.
He was free. Barrera is ripping Robbie Peden along the ropes right now. Sharp combinations, effective body punching with the left hand. The straight right hand upstairs has landed all night. What an accurate puncher Marco is.
I am very impressed with his performance tonight, because I knew he was going to have problems with this opponent and his style, and he's made tremendous adjustments as the fight has went on.
And still, Peden doesn't appear to be taking the kind of risk that Roger Bloodworth wanted.
No, in order to attain greatness, and that's what he almost has a tip of fighting a legendary guy like Barrera, you've got to take a chance. If you don't take a chance, you don't have a chance, as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe the evidence in front of him suggests to Peden that if he takes a chance, he might get knocked out.
Yeah, and that could be possible, too, but I just think his mindset. And Barrera's not that easy to hit neither. He has his little strange way of getting away from punches, but he doesn't get hit too often.
Except, of course, when he stands in and trades and goes to war, as he did against Eric Morales in their first and third fights.
That's correct.
He got hit a lot against Morales, but he hit back just as much.
Well, that was just a classic. Two styles that just meshed together to make great fights.
The night that Manny Pacquiao dismantled Marco Antonio Barrera, I thought to myself, that was such a violent wipeout that Barrera should never fight him again. I have completely reversed my opinion about that.
Well, I think that was just a bad night. All sports athletes, teams have it, but just in our sport, you don't get a chance to make up for it as quick as the other sporting teams.
Well, Barrera says that Morales just had a bad night last week, and he said, I've had 5 bad nights. 4 losses, and the night I got married.
So I guess the divorce was a good night? Maybe not at the right price.
Okay, deep breath. Let's maintain the same pace. 3 or 4 punches. Yeah, once the right, surprise him with the right hand, a hard right. Yeah, with your guard up, nice and careful.
Second chance. The referee's not going to help you. Nobody's going to help you. You can only help yourself. You got 4 rounds left. You got to keep pressure on him all 4 rounds, and you got to punch. You need a couple knockdowns. All right, let's go. It's there, but you're not throwing it.
CompuBox numbers in round 7, a seemingly increasingly discouraged Robbie Peden only threw 31 punches in that round, 13 fewer than the round before, landed only 7. Barrera, 39 out of 79 in what was probably his most brilliant round so far. And this is a Barrera pattern also. He starts out relatively slowly and cranks the tempo up a little bit more each round until eventually the distance between him and you feels like a landslide.
You see, now there was a right hand that Peden threw without any conviction, like from the back seat, and was ducking away as he threw it, as if he was afraid of what might come back if he just stood there and took a chance.
This against a man whom he outweighs unofficially by 13 pounds. But of course, quickness and sharp punching, not necessarily predicated on being bigger and stronger.
I think that Peden does punch with a lot of good speed, but I don't think he has that much power. His gloves are not closed completely when he punches. Barrera is a much, much more accurate puncher and power puncher.
And some in the crowd would like to see Peden go to war and make it more entertaining.
Well, he wants to be a champion. He wants to retain his championship or his title. Why isn't he taking some chances?
Even though they're both coming in the ring with championships officially, the public and everyone, including the two of them, consider Barrera as being the champion, really. So he should step it up a little bit.
Come on, man.
Peden asked Richard Steele to warn Barrera against low blows. Barrera takes the warning, never looks at Steele, keeps hitting Peden with the right hand.
That's intentional.
And now Richard Steele warns Robbie Peden not to hit low, as Peden didn't feel that Steele had done enough.
Right, and Steele said that was intentional.
Keep it clean.
Well, actually, any blows that really land on the top band of the cup really isn't really low. I mean, the cups are big. I mean, you're just really just hitting onto the top of the cup. There's enough of an excuse for you to complain to the referee, but you really don't get hurt with those blows. In fact, you'd rather get hit 30 than actually get hit in the body and in the stomach.
Round 9 of a scheduled 12 coming to a close. Robbie Peden has essentially fought the same way for 9 rounds. And as a result, Marco Antonio Barrera has shown off a variety of his wide array of skills.
Right. Oh, come on. Hey, listen, keep it clean.
Barrera's his own police force in there tonight.
Yeah. He's a tough guy, even though he acts quiet and polite, but he can easily be aroused.
It's better. But you need every round, you need a knockdown, I'm telling you.
You take this part of the wall, son.
This fucking guy is not going to stay with you if you back him up and throw right hands. He's taking advantage of you when you stop and don't do anything. You're walking up,
He's
stop.
got to keep it clean. I'm telling I'm telling him the same thing. The next incident, a form will be taken.
Don't let that SOB bully you. You stand your ground. Be careful with his right hand. Don't let it happen again. Nice.
Why not? It's a fight.
After all.
Keep him up.
Well, I mean, Emmanuel Stewart talked about how Marco can be aroused, and of course we all remember the specter of the normally cool Marco Antonio Barrera taking Prince Nassim by the head, running him across the ring and ramming the head into the ring post in the last round of their fight. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, 88, 83, 7 rounds to 2, Marco Antonio Barrera. Jimmy's bleeding again from the side of his left eye. And I gotta tell you something, if Peden opens up that cut in the last 3 rounds, and they stop the fight because of that cut, Peden wins on a TKO. You don't go to the scorecards because Richard Steele called that original cut a punch.
Even though our replays seem to indicate that it was probably the product of a butt. That's one of the toughest things a referee has to do.
One reason a big reason that this fight seems to be an easy fight for Barrera, easier than we all anticipated, was that he took Peden seriously and therefore didn't let him become too serious as a challenger.
That's a direct comparison to Eric Morales.
Absolutely. When you don't take an opponent seriously, as I've said on numerous occasions, you can turn him into a serious opponent, no matter what his class is.
Well, one of the words that is most often attached to Barrera is professional, and that ability to be up for every fight is certainly one of the key marks of his professionalism. That, along with the adjustments he's made during his career, the way he's grown as a fighter, the additions he's made to his game, all these things, the mark of great professionalism. Crowd wants to see Robbie Peden try to make it more of a fight, I guess.
Well, they just want to see a fight, more of a fight. But this is a textbook performance so far by Barrera.
Peden steps forward with the right hand. Barrera rips him to the left with a left to the body. And now a point is removed from Marco Antonio Barrera for hitting low.
Now, I'm sorry. How many times had Steele warned him about low blows anywhere along the way?
I believe once.
I think it was once, maybe twice. He might have won both of them.
But he did tell both corners that there would be a point deduction next time.
Yes.
But that, to me, was a no harm, no foul, slightly low blow.
Well, maybe Richard wanted to be sure things don't get out of hand.
What we call low blows a lot of times are just punches on the top part of the cups, which it shouldn't even be called low blows, especially as high as they wear in the cups nowadays.
Let's take a quick look at the low blow for which Marco Antonio Barrera suffered the deduction of a point.
Yeah, that was right.
On the belt line above the cup.
Yeah.
Just as you said.
I'd rather get hit there than to get hit dead in the solar plexus, which way was aiming. That would have been a lot of pain. It's when it comes underneath the cup at the bottom part is where it hurts.
Close your eyes. We got to tighten up things, so put some more pressure. Close your eyes.
You understand what I'm saying? You cannot stand there in front of him and not throw any punches.
2 rounds.
From now on, you got 2 rounds to go. I want to see you go to war.
Okay.
You understand me?
Yep.
Quit playing in the middle of the ring.
Okay, go.
All right, you're not going to outsmart him.
To win these 2 rounds. I got it.
I love a trainer who's honest with the fighter.
Yeah, I think Roger's
hold
doing
back.
a good job of telling him that. So he knows that he's